So I know I haven't filmed a video in such a long time, but I am back. A lot has happened, so here is a quick catch up on everything that you have missed. Over December, I went back to my hometown for over a month. It was incredible. I tattooed for about 3.5 weeks, I think. The support from everyone back home was just absolutely phenomenal, and I cannot thank everyone enough for supporting me and SheKnows Inc. during that time. I also had a really nice holiday over December time as well when I finished tattooing, and my mom went to a place called Hog's Back in the mountains for Christmas, and it was lovely. It was cold and misty and just real kind of like white Christmas without the snow. It was a bit sad because my dad could not join us as he was still on the rig, but yeah, we made the most of it, and it was still a lovely Christmas, and it was just great to kind of be in the mountains, be in the forest, and just have a breath of fresh air for a change. I also went to quite a few parties, if you can really call them that, more events, so like a Goldfish event, Parlotones event, Matthew Mole, all that kind of stuff. So it was also a lot of fun. I saw all my old friends from high school, and it was just, honestly, it was a great time. So that was kind of December, January, and when I got back to Joburg, and pretty much most recent exciting thing is that I have moved. So you'll probably notice that the background is different, and you are in my new room. So if you would be interested to see a bit of a room tour, then please do leave a comment below, and I will do so as soon as I get some final touches and all of that kind of stuff. There's still a lot I want to do with my room, so but yeah, for now I'm settled in. The house is big. I think there's 8 or 9 people living in the house, so the people are all great. They're awesome, so welcoming, so friendly, so I'm really excited just to kind of start a new chapter. And you know, I loved living alone, but I was at that stage where I wanted and needed to be around people, and now I am. So I've been really busy at work and stuff as well, and yeah, a lot has happened. One of the things that happened when I first got back to Joburg is actually the storyline behind this video today. Today I'm going to be telling you about a story of my crazy douchebag asshole ex-neighbor. How my old apartment, flat, whatever you want to call it, worked was there's a big property, and my old landlords used to live in a house right at the end, and then there was a house in between, and then there was my place. So in total there were 5 people on the property. My 2 landlords, my neighbor, and myself. So my neighbor and I were always kind of like on reasonable terms. You know, he was a bit of like a sneaky snake, but whatever, you get those people. I would go home to East London, and you know, I would leave him with a spare key for my back door so that he could check every now and again just to make sure the power hadn't tripped, so my fridge wouldn't like go off and all my food inside. I'd only just be gone for a short period of time, so it was no problem. But then I would get back and I would notice my mat is missing, my chair's missing, like all these things started going missing. And then I would go to his place to fetch my spare key, and I'd be like, have you seen this? And he'd be like, no. But then I would see it in his place and be like, but that's mine. He always just had some excuse for it, right? So this happened twice, and after the second time of it happening, I was like, you know what? No, I do not feel comfortable with every time I leave, I come back and something of mine is missing from my place. So when I went away, over December, January, I cleared out my fridge and I made sure that all the power was off. It would all be fine, you know, I just get back and put power in and it would all be okay. So I didn't leave him with the key. I get back home and open the front door, and I look and I'm like, I don't remember leaving my place in such a mess. You know, I brushed it off and I was like, you know, maybe I just, in the spur of the moment, you know, but I kind of just brushed it off and I was like, it has been a while, perhaps I don't remember, and you know, I was packing, so maybe I just like threw this here and threw that there, so anything could have happened. Keep walking a little bit more, and I'm just like, I don't remember that being open, I don't remember that being there. I'm quite particular of how I make my bed and the pillows and that kind of stuff, and my blankets, like the throw blanket kind of thing, at the bottom of the bed was folded incorrectly firstly, and it was put on wrong. so that the blanket was actually draping onto the floor, so much so that if I had to like walk next to the bed, I'd actually be walking on the blanket. So I was like, I know I wouldn't have done that because, you know, my blanket's gonna get dirty and dusty, like what? But once again, I just thought, you know what? I could have done that in the spur of the moment in a rush. Then I look at my bed, I'm like, why are those pillows back to front, upside down? Hang on, that's the pillow from my couch. So then I go through and I look, and I see that some of my bed pillows are on the couch. So now I'm like, what's going on here? So then I start unpacking my clothes. I start to unpack my stuff, and I open up my hanging cupboard, and I look up at the top, and there's a beer can, and there's a shot glass with marijuana in it, and there's cards with my neighbor's name on it, and I'm just like, what the hell? So I phone my landlord, I'm like, please come over, there's something I need to show you, you know? And while I'm waiting for him to come over, I go to my bathroom and I open up my bathroom cabinet, and what do I find? More beer cans. So in total, I found 3 beer cans. One was completely empty, the other one had a bit of beer in still, and the other one was completely sealed. I found 2 shot glasses with weed in it. I found 2 of his cards with his name on it. I found an ashtray, which means it was smoking in my place, obviously, as well. So basically, in summary, what happened is he broke into my place and he basically just had a party. Pretty much. Because he could. Because fuck it. Now, the problem was is that he wasn't at home and he was actually still on holiday and he was only getting back the following week. So my landlord and I were like, okay, you know what, it's chill, just leave everything, wait for him to get back and we'll talk to him about it. So I was like, okay, perfect. So now, previously to this, him and my landlord have been having a lot of issues because, as I said, very sneaky snake kind of guy, just problem after problem after problem, and just, he was honestly just a complete asshole. Like, absolutely, completely crazy asshole, douchebag. He was also one of those people that was super like charming and lovely, so you would meet them and be like, oh, he's such a nice guy, and then after a while you're like, oh my word, he's the worst person ever. Anyway, as I was saying, prior to this, they had some disputes and stuff, and my landlord said to me, I do have to just ask him alone because he doesn't want to get involved, because then just now he's going to accuse my landlord of like planting evidence, and it was just this whole massive thing. Eventually he gets home and he is moving his things because he has decided to move out, which I was so happy about. He was busy vacuuming a carpet outside the patio. So I go to him and I'm like, hi, like I know you're busy, but do you have a few minutes just to chat? And he's like, no, I'm busy, maybe later, and carries on vacuuming. So I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I go back to my place, and a few minutes later my landlord comes around and he's like, Shelby, have you spoken to him yet? And I'm like, I tried, and he said, no, he's busy, try again later. So my landlord was like, no, come, and he grabs me and he marches me around to his patio. So I just asked him, I was like, hey, so were you in my place when I was away? So he's like, no. Anyway, this whole long thing happened. He completely denied it. He got so aggressive, so angry, like just completely rude and childish rude. Like I said to him, I was like, you know what, it wouldn't have become such a big deal if I asked you and you admitted it and said, yes, I'm sorry, I should have messaged you and asked if it was okay, I'm sorry, like it happened, I'm sorry. B, if you had just messaged me in the first place asking if it was okay. But now, I know that you were in my place without my consent. I know that you broke in, and now I know you're lying about it too. Now I'm pissed. So my landlord can obviously see now that I'm super angry and super pissed off. So he is now like taking control because I'm like, I don't want to lose my shit because I don't want any extra drama. So I'm just kind of like, you know. So he gets all pissy and all childish and storms off inside to his place and ends up breaking glasses and smashing things and just completely pathetic, childish behavior. And the worst thing is his brother was there, and his brother came to us and said, was in your place, yes. I mean, that's pretty shit. So now I have not only his evidence that he was in my place, but I also have his brother saying, yes, he was, he bears testimony to this. But yet, this fucking douchebag decides just to completely blame it on other people. And then he was blaming it on the domestic, and I was like, but she doesn't work for me, why would she be over in my place, why would she be on my side of the property, like I don't understand the logic. And he just kept passing the blame. And the more I was trying to reason with him and say, but I have your things with your name on, how could that get there? And he was just like, I don't know, just completely crazy. Like, we're not that dumb, like come on, just admit it and move on. It got pretty ugly after that and stuff. A few days later I saw him and I was like, okay, well maybe he's going to apologize, because I'm sure the brother told him that, you know, he told us that he was actually in fact in my place. I kind of saw him and I was like, oh hello, just being civil, and kind of stood there like waiting, are you gonna say anything? And he was just like, hi, and walked away. And I was just like, oh my god, this is a 31-year-old man behaving like this. I'm shocked, honestly. So then he left after that and I haven't seen him again, and he actually blocked me off all of the social medias. But like, honestly, good riddance. But I just wanted to share that little story of my crazy douchebag neighbor. If you guys have lived next door to a crazy douchebag neighbor, leave a comment below. I want to hear your stories. Okay guys, like, comment, subscribe. It is good to be back, and I will see you again next week with another video.